Hey everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Hey Nice Beard. Today we are interviewing Nate Johnson. He is the president of the Gentlemen's Social Club of Los Angeles, and everybody knows him. So we are going to. Shit, did I boot him? No, I did not. Okay, here he is. You got to unmute.
Unmute. There I am. Hi, gang.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good, Dylan. How are you doing, sir?
Doing pretty good. Just trying to not kill anybody with this Corona stuff going on.
Oh, no, I feel you. Dude, what's that braid going on you got there? That looks tight. I like it.
Oh yeah, because I got the baby now, he just wants to grab a hold of it
Yeah.
and lift himself up. Like my sides are thinning out so much now
Uh,
because it's not secured over here.
that's adorable, though. That's
It
funny.
it keeps the beard nice and healthy too. Like I've noticed some decent growth with
Mm-hmm.
it being in the braid as opposed to just letting it out and letting it like get caught on everything.
Maybe I should try that then, because I'm not noticing non-growth. It's just constantly in the way. And since I'm not going to competitions or really seeing anybody in public that I give a shit about, like, I don't need to be pretty.
Well, you're always pretty.
Oh.
So I'm so glad that you're on because you have been one of the questions actually that I interview people with.
Oh, God.
And at first it was just you were always coming up
Mm-hmm.
in people's interviews because I was asking who's some of the most memorable people that you've met in the bearding community. And everyone always said Nate Johnson, Nate Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
And it
That's
like most of the
cool.
stories were, yeah, I met him in an airport. Like,
That's really cool.
so I'm glad that you can make some time and do it today with us. Like,
Right on.
I'm
Well,
really happy.
I hope it's always positive stuff. Give me 2 seconds. I accidentally locked the door here, and my buddy's going to be back from a bike ride shortly, and I don't want to get interrupted later. So,
You're fine. Go
two
ahead.
seconds. All right, I'm done. Am I still on? Can
Yeah,
you hear
you're
me?
still on. I was gonna make a
Okay.
comment about your butt, but you,
Uh,
you're sitting at like a bar table. It looks like.
uh-huh. Yeah.
So the camera. Oh yeah, there you go, baby.
Got my Frankie shirt on, my LA Frankie shirt.
Nice. Yeah, I got my Arizona spring training shirt on.
Very nice.
I was working out there this summer for the Seattle Mariners.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, it was. I was cooking for them. I got to hang out with the professional Seattle Mariners and make them breakfast and lunch every day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Mm, where should I start? It was a day in 1976 when, no, I don't know, Nate Johnson, the president and founder of the Gentlemen's Social Club of LA. We started that in 2015, but I've been bearding since 2011, so this is my 9th year. I did not expect what's going on now to happen. Of course, that you don't see it, but it was interesting. I kind of forced myself to go to a beard competition that was happening locally, just sort of for fun and kind of as a joke. And I was going through a tough time at that time, and I needed to kind of laugh a little bit in my life and smile, and then it just all kind of snowballed from there. Like, the community was just immediately welcoming, and just everybody was so cool. I was like, well, I want to come back. Like, I don't care about the competitions or the trophies. I cared about the people. And so that's kind of what kept me coming back, was the personalities and the fun. And I've met a ton of good people along the way, including yourself. It's been a very, very good time. I do not regret a minute of it.
So, what other hobbies do you have besides bearding?
Hobbies. Trying to think, like, real. I don't consider it hobbies. I just consider it stuff I do. I love to write. That's one of my things. I've got several writing projects going on. I also maintain a blog that does kind of, I guess I have a hobby of going to like famous locations, whether it's historical or pop culture locations. I'll be publishing a blog on famous schools since we're in back to school season a little later this week, hopefully tomorrow, but there's something going on with my website admin page. I don't know what, but we're about to fight. But I'll get it out. So I'm gonna do that. You know, I went to the school from Greece and went to the school from Back to the Future and things like that. Just kind of like what it looked like then and what it looks like now, and some of the famous alumni that went to these places, which is fascinating to me. I had no idea that Richard Nixon went to the Back to the Future school, which
Really?
yeah, that's crazy. I thought that was awesome. And then funny enough, his wife went to the school from Greece too, that's literally about 15 minutes away, and they somehow met probably at a football game or some shit. Who knows? But yeah, things like that. You know, I keep up with news, which I've been calling rage news for the last 4 years. Um, um, yeah, you know, photography, usually just creative stuff, just constantly doing something, thinking something. Um, I don't know. I don't like to sit still for long until the end of the night. That's sort of my treat to get to, you know, hang out and watch a movie or TV show or whatever, you know, and that kind of thing. So,
Well, the next time you're in Arizona, I'll have to take you to my high school.
mhm.
I went to Camelback High School, and they renovated it like a couple years ago. And ever since then,
Mhm.
they like it just looks completely different. But it's the high school that Steven Spielberg went to, actually.
That's cool. I would
So
love to
I
check that out.
that would be a good one.
I want to check that out. And don't you guys have like an airplane graveyard around Phoenix somewhere?
I actually live like a mile away from it.
Shut up. All
Yeah,
right.
I want
All
to
right.
go there so bad and just
Well,
take photos and
now you have a
play
reason to.
around.
This is awesome. All right, cool. I'm down.
So you said you've been bearding for about 9 years,
Hmm.
and that's like when you got like how long have you actually had facial hair?
Oh, like I started growing since I was like 12, but I played with it on and off. Um, I don't know. It was from a conservative area when I was in high school, so growing anything out was just, oh, you're a horrible person. So I waited till college, and then I just in college I kind of played with it a lot. First it was a sideburns, and then it was a goatee, and then it was sideburns and a goatee, and then when I moved to LA though, that's kind of in '01. That's kind of when I just like either let it go or try different things, and then my favorite style that I did, because it grows so fast, I could change it, you know, about every 2 or 3 months, and it looked completely different, which was a lot of fun for a while. Um, but my favorite style to do was the Wolverine chops, you know, where he's got them brushed back, and I got inspired from that. Just we went to Universal City Walk one night, and of course the nerd comic book store was there, and there was this bust of Wolverine, and instead of him having the cowl on, he had the mask, but then his chops were, you know, kind of blown back, and I was like, that's pretty rad. So I did that for a little while, and then I switched it up after I got bored, um, and that's I guess that is the inspiration for where I am now. The first bearding competition I went to, I didn't know what I was doing, you know, so I had a full beard that was about 2.5 inches, maybe three. And so I signed up online for full beard category, not realizing that meant 3 foot beards, you know? And so I went to the meet and greet like 2 days. It happened to be 2 days before the actual competition. And I walked in and I met everybody, and I'm like, oh, I think I'm in the wrong category. I'll just, you know, shit, I'll just go cut up the middle and do sideburns because that's the appropriate length and everything. Like it just didn't make sense to Um, I didn't know who anybody was then, as far as, winners and stuff by any means, but I had met Jack Passion that night and I was like, oh, okay, well, I don't belong in this category. That makes no sense. And I don't think they had a baby beard category or a business beard category at the time. I think there was only like 8 categories maybe. And so I did my chops thing and I was so nervous going in, like knew no one. I went by myself, but made friends immediately. It was just that it's that kind, how it is. It's that kind of vibe.
Hmm.
So, um, and then I won, which I didn't expect, and I don't want to say I didn't care about it, but again, what I cared about was meeting cool people. So that's what I kept going to meetings, and then we traveled to Sacramento for their competition. Oh, cool, yay, new friends, that kind of thing. And then we'd go to Folsom for their competition because they had a thing going on at the time then. And so yeah, it just kind of snowballed from there. I don't know. You guys make sense to me, so I like hanging out with you.
So, who are some of the most memorable people you've met doing facial hair competitions?
Memorable people. Um, that's kind of a hard one because I mean, you would think that it would be bigger names, but it's not necessarily, bigger names. But I can give you the bigger names. Of course, there is the elusive Jack Passion who has completely disappeared. Nobody can find this guy at all whatsoever. Um, that was that's been interesting to know him. He's actually a really really cool guy. One on one when you're talking with him and hanging out and just being a buddy. He's a cool guy. Um, I'd say some of the folks in Sacramento, like Justin Vorhauer, like he's one of my favorites because I just love talking to him. He's just a good man, and he has a life outside of beard stuff, which is always nice. So I mean, that dude does pirate stuff, and he's a teacher, and he's one of my favorite buddies. Trying to think who else. The Austin guys, they've always been really cool to me, very welcoming. Being around them, it's not the same as being around like just the beard community in general. It's more of like a family vibe, buddy vibe. I don't know else to explain it. And they've just always been very, very welcoming. And I met them my first year hanging out, and we've been hanging out ever since and talking. So, trying to think of who else. I don't know. I feel like everybody's kind of cool. So to me, I'm like, well, I can't break anybody down into categories or not. I don't know. Everybody seems kind of cool to me, to be honest. Memorable for the most part. I do remember some amazing facial hair that's shown up, especially like Whiskerina and stuff. Um, I don't know. There seem to be those Whiskerinas, man. Like they kind of need their own show just because they need all that time and all that stage space. I love it.
Hmm.
And so they're kind of the showstopper every time, even over the big beards. Every time I throw on a competition, it's the Whiskerinas that are the superstars. It's not necessarily the freestyle guys or the famous people or whatever. It's the Whiskerinas because they get insanely creative, and each one is different than the other. So they're also very hard to judge.
Yeah, seriously. Like I've missed out on so many best in shows because Whiskerina was
Hmm.
just perfect.
Perfect.
Like, and that's how you describe them. Like, I would watch a RuPaul's Drag Race style competition where it
Hmm.
was just Whiskerinas.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant by that thing. I hope it wasn't implying something sexist like, oh, they need their own show. It's like, no, 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 no. They need their spotlight. Please take it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's what I mean by that. Um, just the insanity that they can create. And the thing about them is they spend hours on their beard and sometimes, months at a time to, create something. And, not that they're necessarily working on it every day, but um, they spend a lot of time. And then whereas we just grow it, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to undermine the freestyles because I know that takes, like 4 hours to do. My God, that's crazy. But the Whiskerinas, they have to create everything about it. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love that, and I respect that. So I think it's a lot of fun to
Yeah,
see.
like with freestylers, they can develop different techniques
Mm-hmm.
and you'll see them at different times. Like they'll be like, "Oh, I remember when you did that angle before." Whereas
Right.
with Whiskerinas, once they do that beard, it's not like they can show up with it again at another competition.
Mm-hmm.
Because then somebody's
Right.
like, "Oh, you're just wearing the same beard. Like we're scoring you low."
Right.
Like they want to see judges always want to see something new.
Something new. And honestly, like, I'm surprised. I haven't been called out yet, and I will now that I've mentioned it. But I do the same thing at everything. Like, I change up my outfit, but I've got my look, and I'm okay if I win. I'm okay if I don't. It's again, you know, not to belittle winning and the trophies and all that, because that's fun and that is important. But yeah, I do the same thing every time. And I keep thinking every time I go to change it up, I'm like, no, 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 I'm gonna go in as Nate. I'm gonna be fine. It's totally fine. You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
mean, it's a world champion style. So,
It's fun. Well, I'm not egotistical about anything, but I like that it is my own, and I know that it happened organically, accidentally. Like even from my first competition to the way I've been wearing it the last few years, it's just been this kind of like, oh, like I didn't put too much thought into it before, and then I see something cool that I like. I'm like, well, they're doing curls. I want to do curls too, man. How do you do that? And so that's how the curls on the bottom came out. And dude, I don't necessarily use rollers for that. I'll use beer cans. I've used aspirin bottles, like anything around that I can wrap it around and like, and then of course it like sticks to your shirt and it's like, oh, you gotta like slowly take it away. Anyway,
well, I remember
but
when I was staying with you in Austin for the World Championships,
mhm.
you washed out one of your curls like 4 or 5 times
Yeah,
just because it didn't go the way you wanted it to, and it's a good thing you did because you ended up placing first.
yeah, that was a. I don't know why I was so nervous. I was. I mean, my usual method is okay, I get up, I do one side, and while it's cooling, I have a chill beer, you know, and then I do the other side. And the thing is, oh, excuse me, please edit that out. That was gross. Um,
No.
um, one side to me, like I know the detail and I can see it, always looks different than the other to me. People never mention that to me. I don't know if they're just being nice, but one of my big things to try to figure out is the curls and how to keep them even like together, because I'll end up like this, and I'm like, what the fuck, so I started using my nipples as as a good line. They're in alignment mostly ish. No. um so that's one of the things that really bothers me about doing the curls. I for years I didn't do the curls. I just let it hang. It was just brushed back and I was like, all right, whatever. Anyway, let's go have a beer. And oh yeah, a beer competition, let's do that too. um and then yeah, a few years ago I was in Arizona and I saw all the people experimenting with curls in the hotel rooms and everything, and I felt left out, man. So I tried it and it worked, and I was like, okay, well, that kind of tightens up the do. If I,
Hmm.
instead of just letting it hang, it gives it a beginning and an end, and then I can move on and, sip beer out of a straw so I don't mess up the mustache, because we know how important that is too. Yeah.
Yeah, I entered for Portland's competition. I entered full beard styled mustache and freestyle,
Hmm.
and I just kept the same mustache for both of them.
Nice.
And because of the last time, like I haven't done full beard styled mustache in years because of all the freestyling, and I did second place with it.
Very
So
nice.
I was happy with it, but the whole day, like I was getting super dehydrated, so I went to my straw drawer, and all I had left were the
I love it. You
crazy
have
straws.
every bearded man has a straw drawer. I love it.
Like the metal ones, the plastic ones, the really, really,
Mhm.
like, I'll grab a stack of them from Circle K or
Nice.
McDonald's and just like, nope, these are mine now. Throw them into my to-go bag.
You need them, man.
Yeah, you can't, like, if you got a styled mustache or doing freestyle, you can't just go to it with like even with a bottle is
No.
dangerous.
Mm-hmm. It is. I mean, you have to. I don't know. I will say probably like how I eat and drink is probably maybe the second or third most asked question that I get about having a beard. Like, how do you, it's like you man up and you just dip and tuck it. You just,
I've gotten the
you figure
weirdest
that.
looks from going like
Oh
that.
yeah.
It like do anything and then someone's just like, what is wrong with him?
Well, I mean, I think it's funny. When you're hanging out by yourself in public, it gets a little attention or whatever, but every beard added, it's exponential. So when you're sitting at a restaurant with a bunch of beard friends back when, the old days when we could go to restaurants, um, and then we're all sitting there doing this or drinking our beer like this, you know, just watching everybody go, oh my God, like what the hell? It's hilarious.
So what's your favorite kind of candy?
Ooh, that is a good one. I lean more to chocolates. I'm a Kit Kat or a Twix dude. If it's in the vending machine, that's where I'm gonna go. And then I'll do Baby Ruth, Snickers. I have never categorized my candies before, but here we are. Um, and I also enjoy a jelly edible every now and then.
You're allowed to do that.
I am. It's legal here. Nobody can judge me.
I whenever I go to the grocery store, they've been producing a lot of like special edition candy
Mm.
bars. So I'll buy two of them, I'll eat one, and then I'll keep the other one. So I've got a snack cart in the baby's room right now, just full of candy bars and stuff that I get
Nice.
from like Asian markets and stuff.
Oh, they have the craziest shit, and
Hmm.
also, and I'm sure it's available in Arizona too. Mexican candies.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they got the good stuff.
Hmm. I'm addicted to tahine and chamoy.
I was gonna ask you about tahini. Yeah, that's a whole thing. I like them. Have you had it where it's stuck on the spoon with like mango goo at the end of it, and you just like lick it
Hmm.
off? It's like a sucker. Oh my God. I'm
Yeah.
definitely going to the convenience store after this for that shit because I'm craving it.
Yeah,
Did you
last
try
year,
the? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say last year at your guys' competition, that Monday we went to the boardwalk with a couple of guys from like the Derby Whisker Club and
Hmm.
other people from like back east, and they had a lady selling mangoes or cantaloupe or whatever with
Hmm.
tahine and chamoy,
Oh yeah, the frutas.
and
Yes,
I was just like,
absolutely.
"Oh
Sorry,
hey,
my buddy's
oh
back.
there he is." I was like, "Hey, have you guys tried this?" And they're like, "Yeah, I've had mango before," and I'm like,
No, 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 no,
"No, no,
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 no.
no, you have not." So we bought one, and I'm sharing it with them, and they're just like, how do I get this? And I was like, okay, before you go to the grocery store. Like, the more Hispanic people there, the better, because they're
Yeah.
going to actually have what you're looking for.
Yep.
And I've actually sent out some stuff to people. Like, I do a snack exchange, and I sent 2 bottles of chamoy and 2 bottles of tahine to Australia
Oh my God.
because they'd never had it before.
Hmm.
And she was just like, this is the best thing I've ever had in my life. And I was like, wait until you try those marzipan cookies.
Oh, right on. Yeah, you should ask your. Do you know what hundreds and thousands are?
No.
Okay. Ask your Australian friends about hundreds and thousands and fairy bread. I thought it was a joke at first. It is not, and it's actually delicious.
Hundreds and thousands and fairy
Fairy
bread.
bread. Yeah, like, fairy bread. Ding. Yeah.
All right. So
Um, sorry, go ahead.
besides beer,
Hmm.
what's your favorite drink?
Probably, well, water mainly. I love water and coffee. We already discussed that. But if I'm gonna go for something sweet and refreshing, I love a good pink lemonade.
Ooh, like a
Hmm.
good pink lemonade.
Yeah, like if it's 100 degrees outside and I've got, a pink lemonade like sitting at 35 degrees. Oh my God.
Lemonade
Shit
is
is
definitely one of my go-tos.
it's so
Th-
good.
There's
Very
this place
refreshing.
here. They add egg whites to the lemonade, and they blend it up. The acidity of the lemons cooks the egg, and it makes it like super creamy.
Oh, it's like a Julius. Do you remember Orange Julius where you were
Yeah,
5 when they
not
had Orange Julius?
not like that because Orange Julius just has like a scoop of ice cream in it, and it's
Oh,
blended.
is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, it looks like lemonade. It's just straight lemonade,
Hmm.
but they blend up the egg whites in it, and it cooks, and it just has this like more palatable texture. Like what it is, I think it's called au sec. The French
Okay.
call it. It coats the
Yeah.
back of a spoon, like a
That sounds
good,
delicious.
like a warm meringue or like a warm
Yes.
like lemon cream.
Lemon cream.
It's like
Nice.
that.
That sounds delicious.
Now I'm gonna have to go to the store and get some pink lemonade.
Right on.
So, what's your biggest pet peeve?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I gripe a lot. Mm. Right now it's mask wearers in public that wear it down here. That's that's one. Um, Also conspiracy theorists. That's another pet peeve. But to get off the political stuff, I don't know, something that drives me nuts. I might have to come back to that one. I'm usually pretty chill, but also everything bugs the shit out of me too. So I feel like I've become that old man of like, get off my lawn, and nobody's doing anything wrong. I'm just like, ugh, can't deal with you right now.
You damn kids with
Millennials,
your skateboards and Zimas.
what the hell, dude? And like running around with their TikToking and what? Dude, my God, plug in your Atari 2600, throw in a VHS, and just fucking chill. My God.
Stay away from the public until you learned
Yes.
how to condone yourself as a reasonable, responsible member of society.
Yes, please. Thank you.
So, what's your favorite cartoon of all time?
Oh, Transformers G1, Generation 1. Yes, absolutely. 100%. I've got a list, Optimus Prime is a personal superhero. That was one of those cartoons that, I rushed home from the bus stop to watch. And then, followed by like Scooby Doo, Thundercats, Inspector Gadget, which I was okay on that one. But, oh, and He Man, of course. Got to have He Man in there. But yeah, Transformers is. Do you mean cartoon show or like animated movie?
Just cartoons. Like, I consider
Oh.
movies cartoons.
I'm still gonna stick with Transformers.
It's a good one. Like,
Yeah,
definitely stick with that.
they
Uh,
make me happy.
if you could have lunch with anyone in history, dead or alive, who would it be?
mm, Let me think on that. I don't know. I feel like people always want the go-to is always like Jesus, but no.
No one
You know,
said Jesus yet.
so far, really,
Yeah. I've
all
gotten
right.
Nikola Tesla a lot, actually.
That's an interesting one. I can see that. Because I like to write, I would love to sit down with Jack Kerouac
That'd be a
or
good
any
one.
of the beats, but Jack is kind of the dude for me. That book got me through high school and college. And even now, I've read it like 5 times on the road. I mean, I've read his other stuff too. It's not just that big success of a book that I've read, but yeah, back in January, the San Francisco Anthony Cardi held his competition in San Francisco area, and so I got to go to the City Lights bookstore where the Beats, used to hang out and talk and all of that, and um, it it was a good feeling right here, just to go and see all of that and meet some of those people and that were running the shop. Obviously, not the dead people, once they're dead.
Oh, they
Um,
keep all them in the back.
yeah, I'd love to sit across from him, or I don't know. This might be a little controversial, but hopefully not. But like the 1979 to like 1985 Michael Jackson, like the Off the Wall and Thriller era,
Mm-hmm.
that would be just what, you know. So
Yeah, because he was doing just revolutionary stuff
at the time,
with his
absolutely.
music. Like people, I watched a documentary and people were like just completely blown away by what he was doing with music.
Hmm.
So that's definitely a good one.
Well, definitely. And I mean, I'm a kid of the first generation of cable and MTV and stuff, and so that was Bible to me, was those videos and stuff. And I mean, me and my friends, we used to practice the Thriller dance as a kid and stuff like that. And so to me, I see that era of him through, a 6-year-old's eyes. So please don't think there's anything. It's been disappointing to find out stuff
I'm
since
sure that
then.
plenty of 6-year-old eyes have seen him.
Oh my God. I didn't mean that, but yeah, that was good. That was good. I love it.
So what's something you wish you can be better at?
Um, Hmm. I wish I was better at managing my time, but in real life, I wish I was better at my writing, or what I would consider better. So that's really, really important to me. I feel like writing is where I have my voice, and it is my voice, my thought process, my, feelings, ultimately, that is not impeded on by the rest of the world yet as I'm thinking it and creating it. Once I put it out there, that's a whole different ball game, and I understand the two different things. And whether somebody likes a piece that I've written or they don't, if I'm satisfied with it, then I'm happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, if I could get better at writing for myself, um, I'd really like that. So I'm not feeling emotions. I'm just feeling burps right now. So I'm trying to suppress them. So I'm
Don't
sorry.
listen
This
to him,
sounds
everyone. He's getting
really
choked
dramatic.
up.
I swear I'm not crying. I'm not at
So are you more of a morning person or a night owl?
all. Hmm. That depends. I wake up pretty early. I wake up between 5 and 6, but I can stay up late all night,
Oh
and
yeah, I know.
and be constructive, eye roll, and creative. And um, I don't know, late nights lately has been my wind down time, because I don't have to go to work at the moment. And so I don't know, I don't have a schedule, and I'm trying to like maintain some kind of real life schedule. And so late night now is my wind down time, and not just, okay, it's 11 o'clock, go to bed, you got to get up, at 5:30 the next morning for work. I don't have to do that. So yeah, um, I don't know. I'd say probably more morning person. That was a long way around the track to get to the answer for that question.
Back to the being better at managing time bit.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So any odd talents that you have?
Odd talents.
Yeah.
Well, I can do the Thriller dance on command. I mean, that's not odd, though. I think everybody can do that. Excuse me. No, not that I can think of. I don't know. I think my odd talent is to be able to style the hair that comes out of my face naturally, and walk into a competition trying to pretend I'm confident. I think that's a talent.
All right, so I got some would you rather questions.
Ooh, okay.
Would you rather be a bowling champion or a curling champion?
I'm gonna say curling, because the curling guys have awesome mustaches. for sure. And it's kind of this underdog sport that people make fun of yet respect, but they're watching it for the mustaches. So yeah.
We have a curling rink here, and I still haven't been to it yet.
Do you
But
curl? Have you ever curled?
no, I have not.
I mean, not here, but
And like the pushing the broom,
the push
no, I
yeah.
haven't.
Like, who came up with
Like, okay, get this. I got a sport for you. We're gonna push rocks on ice,
ice?
and you're gonna hit other rocks, and you're gonna use a push broom that janitors use
To clear the way.
to clear the way to make it go faster.
Or slow it down, which is weird. Like they've somehow figured out the amount of like flat surface and scratched up ice that will get their rock forward or slow it down so it doesn't go over the line.
Mm-hmm. And they could give it like they can like make it angle if they
Mm-hmm.
brush it a certain way to like keep it onto a path.
That's like, how do you, what? All right, I don't know. We don't
It's
have a
like
cure for cancer, but we have curling.
it's like how they have foosball and then regular soccer. Then they have shuffleboard and curling.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I guess that's the same thing, just on, it's like Canadian shuffleboard.
Have you seen any of the marble races?
No, what's that?
Oh, clear your schedule for the next day or two and
All right.
prepare yourself for a treat. So these guys, they build these big, long, elaborate tracks in like dirt or like with Legos and stuff like that. And they release 8 marbles at the same time and they race. And there's like season winners.
What?
Like certain marbles do better than other marbles and they end up like winning a whole season worth of
Do
just
you make your own
camaraderie.
marble and bring your own marble, or do you choose your weapon when you get there?
It's like one guy who just goes out to a store and buys like 100 pack of marbles
Mm-hmm.
and he'll do like he'll just like, all right, these 8 go against each other, then these 8 go against each other. He'll do
Oh,
like 5
okay.
or 6 races in an episode, and then the next episode he'll make and he has this like whole system worked out where they get paired up with different marbles each time, and there'll be like races like
Wow.
this marble won first place 4 times, this marble won first place 5 times, let's see who's better. And then like the one that hasn't won anything ends up winning that race.
That's awesome. People will compete with anything, man.
I know exactly what you
Yes,
mean.
they'll compete over anything. I love it. Human nature.
All right, so would you rather be fantastic at riding horses or amazing at driving dirt bikes?
Oh, dirtbags. Yeah, for sure.
Would you rather never be able to wear pants or never be able to wear shorts?
This is horrible. I'm sitting here like thinking of the degree of like ball sweat right now. Um, I would like it if I would be fine never having to wear pants. The shorts thing, I mean, keeps it breezy.
Mm-hmm.
You're in Arizona, you know what this is?
Oh yeah, like I could wear shorts in the wintertime and be absolutely fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so would you rather live the next 10 years of your life in Russia or China?
Ooh, this did go political. I'm gonna go China because, maybe they have a virus, but they're not gonna poison my tea. So,
I was not expecting because it's a list of just like hundreds of would you rather questions.
mm-hmm.
And for the
That's
most
kind of
part, this is the only one that has been any way, shape, or form political.
that's funny. I mean, it's not. I know it's not supposed to be, but with everything going on now, it absolutely is. Especially
Mm-hmm.
with the news today that you know the guy that's opposing Putin in Russia is in a coma because he was poisoned by the Kremlin. What?
And how
Yep.
often has that happened too?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. So I don't know.
All right. Would you rather live on a beach or a cabin in the woods?
Ooh, cabin in the woods for sure. Yeah, the beach smells. And
Would you
things like,
rather be lost in a bad part of town or lost in the forest?
oh, lost in a bad part of town. I feel like I look like I fit in, so I can get through that. I can find, but lost in a forest, you're gone. And you might run into like a serial killer in a hockey mask out there, and I'm not in the mood to run with my faulty ankle
Or
and
a
then die.
bear with a hockey mask on?
Yes. Did you see that video that YouTube, it went viral, of the ladies, I think they were in Canada, um, walking together, and this black bear came up to them and was like sniffing and like even stood up and was like touching them, and they stayed really still. And she took a selfie with it. Did you see that?
I saw it. Yeah.
That's insane. I would have shit. The bear would have left because I would have pissed and shit myself.
I don't want to eat that. Ugh.
Yeah, and like, no, thank you. Like, honest, I would have been like, like I don't know. I I think that would have been one of those like I blacked out the memory moments, but I didn't faint, but just like I don't know how I got through it, but we're fine.
All right. And last
Anyway,
question.
yes, sir.
Can you tell us a joke?
Ooh, can I tell you a joke? Oh, sure. What did 50 Cent do when he got hungry?
I don't know what.
58. It's so stupid.
it's it's like the stupider the better because I'm not gonna laugh at like just like, oh yeah, haha, that's funny.
No,
Like
I heard that, and like it's so horrible and such a dad joke. Like whoever created that joke needs New Balance shoes on and cargo shorts. But it made me laugh, and I'm angry that it made me laugh, which actually made me happy. So there it is.
I've actually gotten to the point where I've started to buy the dad clothes.
Hmm.
Like I haven't bought New Balances yet, but I've just spent like $150 at Sam's Club.
I was gonna say, was it Costco or Sam's Club? I love it.
And it was cargo shorts and collared t-shirt, like golf shirts.
Oh wow, you're on your way.
Yep. And
But that's your role, man. That's your role. You got to do it. Got to live up to it.
yeah, the next 5 years, I'm basically like just making sure that I keep this little guy alive. So I keep snacks on me constantly because as soon as he starts to fuss, I'm like, oh hey, look what I got, buddy. I got some rice crackers for you. And Erica just looks at me like, where did you pull that out of? I'm like, my cargo shorts, baby.
That's
She's every
why they're
time she's like,
there.
oh God. Because her style hasn't changed at all. She still wears the same clothes,
Hmm.
but my style has evolved to the point where everything's super comfortable. It looks nice, but it's definitely dad clothes.
That's
All,
weird. I'm
all
gonna get
right,
a
dude.
drink of.
Well,
Good.
that's all the
Sorry.
questions I got for you.
Right
So
on.
I guess I'll say thank you very much
Dude, thank
for
you for having me. I
making
appreciate
some
it.
time
I
for
was
us.
surprised when I got the request from you, so that made me very happy. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad that, like, I just feel like I've only been doing this for so many years. So when I ask people and they're like, what, really? You want to do that? Like, I'm honored. And I'm like, I have like 12 subscribers. So don't feel
No, I
too
mean it's a big
honored.
deal. I mean you thought of it's you because I love hanging with you, and we always have a good time, and I like keeping up with you and like your new family and stuff. So I think that's awesome, and the fact that you took the time out to talk to me. Come on, that's awesome. Love it.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, question for you.
Yes.
Do you collect Funko Pop vinyls? I'm just curious.
No, what makes you think? Oh, yeah. Yes, I do.
I'm just giving you shit, man.
I was actually just before got on with you, I was on the phone with the Spirit Halloween store because they've got the Billy Batson exclusive Funkos coming out,
Right on.
but my account was refunded the money because I ordered two of them. And I was like, I'm going to keep one. I'm going to sell the other because they're going to sell out real quick. And they refunded my money. And I was calling them like, am I not getting them? Like, I really need these. Like, I ordered them 2 months ago. And they're like, yeah, no, we just sent the money back because it's on pre-order. Like, we still have your order on file and everything, so you're good.
Oh, okay.
But I had like a mini freak out because I've ordered so many Funkos and they send me a message like, oh, sorry, we don't have them for you, so here's your money back. And I'm like,
right.
That was a special edition one that I couldn't get in the stores. Like, what am I supposed to do now? Spend more money and we'll give it to you when it's more expensive.
Right.
So,
dude, you got to come out here and visit the Funko store.
I do. Like,
as soon
as everything's back to normal, I need to bring the baby everywhere.
Okay.
Like, I've been making plans. Like, I made plans with Austin. I made plans with Oregon, like Colorado, just to bring the baby to the competition and have him enter.
That's cool.
All right. Well, thanks again for doing this, dude.
Thank you for having me, dude.
And you have a good one.
All right. You too.
Later.
Bye.
So that was Nate Johnson. Thanks for watching. And if you like what you see, go ahead and like and subscribe. And thank you for your time. Have a good one.